Hi everyone, my name is Audrey and welcome to my channel. Today I'm giving you my May wrap-up as well as my June TBR.
Saw your silhouette in the backlight. Swear we could have met in a past life. Dreaming every night like the last time. So I end all my days with you. Yeah, we should share a backseat in a taxi to get home. No need for either of us at this point to sleep alone. 'Cause I don't like ending my days with you. You can waste my time.
So as you have guessed, my May wrap-up is not going to be long, so I decided to combine both of those videos. I was very busy as always, but especially in May. It is the final rush till the end of the school year, which means I don't have a lot of time. I had students that were performing in front of parents during evenings, and I had a lot going on, and my birthday, my son's birthday, competition, cheerleading competition, like just so many things going on at the same time. So I did my best. I did manage to read, so that's the good news. Amidst everything that was going on, I did manage to read 2 books in May. And then what I was supposed to read in May, I'm just going to be rolling it over into June. So there are a couple of newer books on my TBR for June because of the Buzzwordathon, the Year in Elja prompt, as well as my Wrapped TBR. But other than that, I'm just like rolling everything over into June. So I'm gonna try to make this quick because I've been talking about these books for so long and I don't want to repeat the same videos over and over again because it's about the same books, if that makes any sense. So if you're interested to know more about these books, I invite you to go and watch my previous TBRs. But yeah, that's how I'm going about it for today. So the first book I finished in May was The Merciful Crow, which was a book I picked for the Buzzwordathon prompt for April. I ended up loving this book so much. I was scared because it was a bit creepy. With the teeth thing, that creeps me so much. The magical system has something to do with teeth. And I have not a fear of teeth, but I hate teeth. It's like nails on a chalkboard for me. So I did not have a lot of fun regarding that part, but I thought it was original and something that I haven't read much. And it was quite interesting also to have that kind of magic system. I really enjoyed our characters. I enjoyed the plot, the political stuff that was going on. I did enjoy the little bit of romance there was in there and the twists and stuff. I really enjoyed it. And I do think I gave it a 6 stars, if I'm not mistaken, because I liked it that much. And I don't know if I'm going to enjoy the second book as much. I really enjoyed the quest type of chapters where they were trying to get somewhere in order to save the world. Like it looks a bit cliche and like unrealistic, but at the same time in a post-apocalyptic world, it does make sense. And they do have the power, and it's like struggling with having the power and not being recognized as such because of fear, and I guess but yeah, there's a lot going on. It's complex, which I do enjoy, and I love the characters. And yeah, even if it's very dark and grim, it's still a fun story to get into. So strongly recommend if you're into that type of stories. And the second book I read in May was Ma vie de jujube dorée, which translates to my life of a golden gummy. This is the third book of a series written by a friend of mine I met at university. She's amazing. It is YA, but it follows this young girl who has anxiety, and she left the dance world because of anxiety, and she's trying to cope with all of that and trying to find who she is, because dance defined her whole life, and she's trying to find herself again. And there's romance, and there's all sorts of things that teenagers go through. But yeah, very fun little light read for a teen series. I do have the fourth book on here that I'm going to pick up, and I give this one I don't remember what star rating I gave this one. I think I gave it a 5. I just really didn't enjoy the love interest. He was not very kind to our main character, which I did not like, but it did get our character to grow as a person. So, but yeah, it's also interesting to see characters from the other books where they're trying to redeem themselves for things that did happen in the past, and trying to make up for their mistakes, which is refreshing. If you do read in French, because I don't think they are translated, but if you do read in French or are starting to read in French with a certain level, I think this is an easy one to go through. It is more of a slang-ish type of text, I think, which means it's very French Canadian. But if you do want to start reading in French and in a more casual type of reading and less complex writing style, this is a good one to get into.
Saw your silhouette in the backlight. Swear we could have met in a past life. Dreaming every night like the last time. So I end all my days with you. Yeah, we should share a backseat in a taxi to get home. No need for either of us at this point to sleep alone. 'Cause I don't like ending my days with you. You can waste my time if that's what you wanna do. Oh, I don't mind if all that you say is not true. No, I don't mind. I just wanna end all my days with you. If I'm being honest, baby, I don't really care what this is. 'Cause I've been feeling all this lately. Kinda wishing that a heart just didn't exist. I've been picking up the pieces of the things that you do. I'm always second guessing what could be your next move. Yeah, I'm just trying to see it from your point of view. Never told you that I need you 'cause I thought that you knew that I don't mind ending my days with you. You can waste my time if that's what you wanna do. Oh, I don't mind if all that you say is not true. Oh, I don't mind. I just wanna end all my days with you. End all my days with you. Saw your silhouette in the backlight. Swear we could have met in a past life. Dreaming every night like the last time.
And here we are to roll over the May TBR into June. First of all, for the Buzzwordathon, I am rolling over my March TBR, which was to read a book with the word thing in the title. For that one, I have Just One Damn Thing After Another by Jodi Taylor. I am also rolling over the prompt for May, which was to read a book with two TOO. In the title for that one, I picked How to Raise a Kraken in Your Bathtub by P. Jelly Clark. This is a very, very, very short novel. It's considered 27 pages on Goodreads, so should be able to get to that quickly. And the prompt for June is to read a book with a memory word in the title. And for that one, I chose The Memory Police, which I've heard amazing things about. So excited to get to that one. For A Year in Elgia, I still haven't gotten to the April prompt, which was to read a book with the word river in the title. For that one, I'm reading What the River Knows. And then I'll be able to move on to the May prompt, which is to read a book from a series of more than 3 books, which is Ma vie de limonade épicée, which means My Life of Spicy Lemonade, which is book number 4 of the series I've talked about before. And the prompt for June is to read a book with over 500 pages. I've got a lot of those. And for that one, I picked Ship of Destiny by Robin Hobb. It is 842 pages. Next, I have my wrapped books, which are the newer additions to my TBR every time I buy a new book. As long as it's not a sequel or for a specific prompt, I wrap them up and my son picks one every month. I am rolling over the one from April, which was Kaleidoscope by Brian Selznick. I'm also rolling over the one from May, which was The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, which is book number 3 in the whole Sherlock Holmes series, which I did not know when I first purchased this. But even though I haven't read any of the Sherlock books so far, I am still pretty well versed into the Sherlock Holmes universe, so I'm not too worried about that. And I am going to be opening the one for June. So let's see. It looks like a hardcover. Oh! Okay, I did not think I was gonna pick this up soon, but this is exciting. Sunrise of the Reaping. This is the second prequel to the Hunger Games trilogy, which is, if you don't know me, the books that got me back into reading. I love them so much. I've reread them recently because I did read The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, which I did not really appreciate that much. It was a 3-star for me, very disappointing for most people, I guess. I think it was the consensus. But this one sounds very promising with Haymitch, and it is quite shorter than The Ballad of Songbirds, which was, in my opinion, way too long. It did not need to be like over 500 pages, but this one sounds so promising. I've been avoiding the reviews of this book because I do not want to be spoiled. I really have high hopes for this one, so this is very, very exciting. Next, I'm also rolling over books from the Aurelium Readathon from April, and I'm trying to finish them all off before the next Aurelium so that I can say I did succeed in the Aurelium-ish. I'm trying really hard. The first one is Siege and Storm by Lee Bardugo. As of today, June 2nd, as I'm filming this, I did manage to finish it yesterday. So that's going to be done for June. But I am doing a dedicated vlog for the full Grisha verse. If you're interested, it's going to come up by the end of summer, I think, I hope, something like that. The next book I've got for the Aurelium is The Phantom of the Opera, which I'm going to be reading in the original format, which is in French. Really excited to get to that classic. It is my favorite Broadway show, so it's exciting. The last one for the Aurelium is He Who Drowned the World by Shelley Parker Chan. And in order to read this one, I am also going to be rereading book number 1 because it's been a long time and I do want to do a dedicated vlog for this duology. I am also reading the full Robin Hobb books, the Realm of the Elderling books, in order. I would have loved to read 1 book a month, but unfortunately, I'm very behind that schedule, which is fine. I got other priorities, I guess. I really, really love Robin Hobb. And when I get into those books, I just get into it so much. But life be lifing, I have other prompts I'm trying to fulfill. And I tend to put it aside. But during summer, it should be easier to get to them. I'm right now at the beginning of Madship, and as I've said before, I put Ship of Destiny for the June Year in Elja prompt. So next, I also have Ruin and Rising by Lee Bardugo, which is the third book of the Shadow and Bone trilogy. And I do want to just make some progress in this trilogy and try to finish the full Grishaverse soon-ish and not lose momentum and get that dedicated vlog up and running as fast as possible. And the last book on my TBR is The Diviners by Luba Bray. I've restarted a reread of this a while back. I did start a dedicated vlog for this series as well, but I just keep putting it aside because of other prompts that I'm prioritizing over this one. But I do want to get to the end of the series and dedicated vlog as quickly as I can. So I'm going to try to prioritize it as well. And that is it. Let me know how your reading month of May was for you. I would love to know. I would also love to know the books that are on your June TBR. What are your plans? Like, comment, subscribe if you wish. Hit the notification bell if you want to be notified every time I upload a new video. And I will see you soon in the next one.